We are Alan and Lori Reminick. Repetitions of similar events in history fascinate us. With mathematics, time cycle theory, and Vedic astrology, we discover why and when those events happened, and when we will see them again.
This is going to be another non-astrologer explanation presentation on what do we mean by the signs, like Jupiter in Scorpio or whatever. What that in a sign kind of sounds like you're in a bar someplace and somebody says, "What's your sign?" Which is actually quite different in Vedic astrology. You wouldn't give your sun sign, you'd give your rising sign. Just FYI. Okay, so here's an explanation. I was a journalist for a long time, and this is my explanation, somewhat simplified, but I've been told that maybe it works. Consider possibly that, say you're in a school, and it's a round school, and it has a large open space on the first floor, and all the way around on the second floor, there is a balcony, and there are 12 classrooms. And in the middle, there's a great big huge light that illuminates all of that. We are standing on the first floor, let's just say on this first floor, and looking up at, and it's not too high up, but looking up at that second floor, and we have our friends. So we have Janus, who is Jupiter, and Maria, who is Mercury, and Septimus, who is Saturn, and Muhammad, who is Mars. And so we going along and along, and we see them going from classroom to classroom because they have classes. They need to go from classroom to classroom, and we can see them going from classroom to classroom. Now, we are not in the middle because the sun is in the middle. We're kind of in between the where that big ball is and the second floor balcony. We're there, and we are able to look up, and we see our friends going around. Sometimes we can see, sometimes we can't see them because they're behind that big ball, that big sun, that big light. Other times that it looks like actually they're kind of going backward from our point of view. They're going backward, but these planets or friends are going from sign to sign, back sometimes, forward sometimes, but they are in those classes or signs. And that's when those time periods that they are in those places give a certain flavor to their influence on me because they're my friends. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, the stars are known to have groupings where you can see different things, like you can see the head of a bull for Taurus, or you can see,
like the Big Dipper.
Yeah, or you can see a lion for Leo. So people over the years have kind of associated various figures with different star constellations.
Classes.
And so what we're calling classrooms and classes, they're not moving. Everything else is moving. And when these...
Because the building doesn't move.
The moving, right.
Generally.
And so the influence of the vibrations or the energies or the qualities of that particular person in that particular classroom is different as they move from room to room to room. And the qualities of all these together causes like a kaleidoscope effect of many, many combinations and permutations of frequencies and qualities that we call life. So it's fascinating to see how there have been some great seers in the past who have kind of figured this out and actually attributed the value of what is this particular planet and that particular sign mean? What that particular planet in another sign, what does it create? What kind of energy does it create? All this has been figured out, and even the complex combinations to a certain extent have been looked at. And that's what we're going to try to simplify by comparing only the slower moving planets and the combinations where they're very much together, so that we can look at very rare combinations, and therefore we can begin to isolate what those frequencies, what those qualities amount to.
So when we say slow moving planets, we mean the Jupiter just goes very slow. His thinking is doing something. This, our friend who is Jupiter, it just moves very slowly around because for whatever reason, and Mercury just goes very quickly. That gives an idea. I hope this helps.